Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Danjo number 1555 in a 613 finish. A manual flush bolt is what this is. So the 1555 is representative of Danjo's typical common manual extension lever type flush bolt that's used in, it's intended for use in steel doors, but you very commonly see them installed in wood doors as well. The 613 means two things. It means that it's a architectural bronze base material, sometimes called brass or bronze, and in an oil rubbed finish. Danjo will have this also available from them in satin chrome for sure. The other finishes I'm unsure of, so let's check. 1555 is going to be available in a number of finishes from Danjo. Let's go over that. That's going to be available in 605 for polished brass, 612 for satin bronze, 613, that's your oil rubbed bronze, 625 for polished chrome, and 626 for satin chrome. All those will have a brass base material for the faceplate. There's a link below this video to a document called Template that will give you all of the important dimensional properties, but the two dimensions you need to know: the height of 6 3/4 and the width of 1 inch. If you have 6 3/4 by 1 in terms of a prep that you're looking to match, this is going to work because it's a very generic, unique sort of design. The other dimension, if you are literally replacing something, will be the dimension from the top of the door to the center of the faceplate, and that is going to be, for common units such as this, it's 12 inch, meaning that the top of the door, or for that matter from the bottom of the door to the center of the 6 3/4, will be 12 inch. If you have a taller door or an unusual situation, you could have a longer rod. You could have 18, you could have 24 inch, 30, 36, 48. You could have anything really. But if you're looking to replace one, and that's very common, 1 inch, 6 3/4, then check the center line to the top or center line to the bottom of the door. This is a manual flush bolt. That means that you have to move that lever. It's a lever operated manual flush bolt. Okay, when you move that lever, it's going to throw the inner assembly up and down. Okay, that is going to be connected to the threaded rod, and that's 1/4 by the way. On top of that, you are going to have a bolt head that will thread onto the top of the or the bottom of the rod. You'll notice that that is a D shape, and that's by design. That's a specific design, and I'll show you why in a moment. You're going to get two plates. You're going to get the flush bolt strike, and I believe that to be about 2 1/4 by 15/16. That's just a strike plate that you'll mount in the header or on the ground or the threshold. Then you're going to have the rod guide, and that rod guide's about 2 inch, just going off memory, 2 inch by 1. You'll notice the hole for the bolt head is D-shaped. That's because you need to be sure that when you install the unit, it obviously will fit through there. You're going to want to make sure that the bolt is projecting out ever so slightly when you've got it retracted. Any more and it will fall below the guide itself, not allowing you to operate it. Okay, so at that point you'd need to remove the rod guide, grab the bolt head, unthread it, put your rod guide back down, screw it back down, and of course when you project it, it'll shoot up into or down into the strike. You want that bolt head to not rotate at all because of the first reason. You don't want it to fall below or up above the rod guide, preventing it from being operated correctly. So you'll get then finally a package of screws. You're going to get 4 long screws, 2 for the rod guide, 2 for the strike, and then 4 for the body. Again, if you're replacing this, those are the dimensions that you're looking for. If you're looking to do a new installation, these are intended for metal doors. That's the bottom line. I had mentioned earlier that you see them often installed in wood doors as well. And now the problem with wood doors is if you're doing a new installation, if you are doing an installation where you have to mortise a wood door, that could be quite a chore because while it's certainly possible, and frankly I've done it more times than I can recall, you need special tools to get this drilled into a wood door. So if you're looking for a flush bolt for a new installation for a wood door, quite frankly, the 1555 by Don Joe is the wrong item, and you want actually the 1557. That would be the wood door version. Here's why. When you have the body, you need to do two preparations, and if it's a steel door, you know, you need to be able to have a cavity cut out for the 6 3/4 by 1, mounting tabs that you can put the screws into. Rod goes down, threaded in. The top or bottom of the door is to be prepped accordingly. But a wood door is a different animal, meaning you're going to do two preps with your router. The face plate will be one prep, but then the body down here will be another prep. So you're going to have to prep for the body, and then come back and prep that 1 by 6 3/4. That's easy. You can do that. The trick is drilling a hole from the top or bottom of the door. That's 1/2 inch. That's straight. That's 10 inches long. When you're trying to straddle disparate density materials like the style of a door, glued down to the particle board, or maybe it's not glued at all, that drill bit has a tendency to seek the lesser dense material, the less dense material. So unless you've got a guide and a really long drill bit, you don't want to play around with mortising a wood door for it. However, it can certainly be done. There's lots of ways to do it, especially if you're building a door. But if you're going to try to do something in the field, avoid the 1555 for a wood door. Sometimes you need to have the 1555 because the 1557 is not something, it's a corner style bolt, where if you have an 8-foot door, it's far too tall to operate it. So there are times when it will be necessary to use that. If you have any questions on how to mortise or prep, mortise a wood door or prep a steel door for this item, by all means feel free to reach out. I'm familiar with the process. So, common item. You can buy those longer rods from us. Reach out to us. We'll help you with that. A very nice quality looking item. It's a very faithful oil rubbed bronze. I would have no reservation about using this Don Joe product. There's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all the Don Joe products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website along with a link to the full line catalog. So you can fire that full line catalog up, search for the 1555, and realistically on the same page you're going to find the 1557, but in that section of the book all of the other associated sister bolts as it pertains to flush bolts. Or there are several links above that that are just the subsections of the full line catalog if that proves to be a bit unwieldy for you. If you have any questions on the Don Joe 1555 manual flush bolt, and just to close, typically not used on fire rated doors. Sometimes they can be because it's a manual bolt. It would not be permissible in most installations. If you had a pair of doors on an electrical closet in a condo building where it only goes 6 foot deep and no one's living on the other side, one door is always secured and the active door has a door closer on it, you can generally use manual bolts in that specific application, but otherwise not for fire rated doors. Keep that in mind. Any questions on the Don Joe 1555 in a 613 finish or any other Don Joe product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much.